Dawn Daniels, and I'm from Staten Island. I've been teaching here for about 11 years Irish step dancing. Actually, when I was 12, I started dancing. It's a little bit older, to start at 12, but for Irish, that's kind of common to start a little bit later. I started with ballet, and then I switched to Irish step dancing. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, was Irish. I actually never did get the pleasure to meet him, but my mom told me all kinds of stories about him and how he would dance. He would dance in their living room, he would clear out the furniture, and he would start dancing. And he would listen to Irish music. Age-wise, my students are, I actually have a couple of 5-year-old students right now. Most of them are six and up. I have 6 to 10-year-olds in one class, 10 to 12-year-olds in another. And I also have plenty of teenagers and even some adult students as well. And they're all from Staten Island, but what's nice is that they come from different backgrounds. Mm-hmm. For me, teaching them the culture is a very big deal. I know that, with some forms of dance, it's enough to just kind of teach them the dance style alone, but not for me. For me, it's very important to teach them the roots of Irish step dancing and also just about the culture of Ireland, too. The music, the stories, the history, even the language. To me, it all kind of comes together, in the dancing. In fact, the program is going to be very entertaining. Because it's going to include that thunderous, hard shoe Irish step dancing that everybody thinks about when they think of Irish step dancing. These days, like if you ask a person what's Irish step dancing, and they'll say it's those great shoes that make so much, such a great, loud, thunderous type of a sound, and dancers dancing together in beautiful costumes with Celtic embroidery on it. And men and women dancing together to the sounds of fiddles and uilleann pipes and bowran, which is the Irish drum. Mm-hmm. So it will be all of that. But apart from just being entertaining, it will also educate the audience as to, the culture of Ireland, the history, some of the folklore. I love to integrate that into my dances, into my choreography. I don't like to just entertain people or put on a show, but I like to show them really where these origins have come from.
And what is the sort of message that's happening?
The spirit, the Irish spirit, will just, it remains. It's always going to stay alive through the culture, which is dance and music and storytelling. So that Irish spirit really can't die. The Irish don't allow it to, because they just hand down to their generations of children and grandchildren, these beautiful parts of who they are through the arts, through music and dance. So that's one thing. And the other message, that comes through this progression, that, the whole history of everything that's happened in Ireland is so rich, and all of this was really born from that. It came out of all of those great experiences, and so to present that to an audience is really to educate them about the country that's Ireland. It survives. And you want people to know the history, but the history is very often sad. You're talking about, just different, the famine, for example. You're talking about different battles. You're talking about, landlords that would kick families off of their land, just with no notice, and they would break their houses apart. And there was fevers, and there was just all of those kind of things. And so you don't think of those things as entertaining. How do you put that into a dance? Well, it's not focusing so much on what the problems are. All immigrant groups have problems, but the message really is how they have overcome or how, they have kept alive those things despite the problems. And that's what's really exuberating to me, or very exhilarating to me, is just that. And it's inspiring too, that no matter what problems you have, if you keep what's most important alive, you know, your family memories, your history, you know, the stories that maybe your grandfather told, the dances that your grandparents danced, and you can pass that on to your own children. It's so much fun, and it's so beautiful, and it really gives you that connection back to where you came from. Even if it was 2-3 generations back, you still, you know, you have that connection.